Hey everybody, JK Calloway here at Real JK Calloway, and we got a bit of a pay-per-view coming up this weekend. Granted, no one pays for pay-per-view anymore. You have the network, at least you should. Download the damn network if you haven't already. It is great if you like wrestling. But this weekend is Elimination Chamber. There is a first ever women's Elimination Chamber in this pay-per-view, along with some other stuff going on, and let's do some fantasy booking and predictions for it. I think they're going to start the show with the men's Elimination Chamber match, a 7-man, starting with a triple threat and going from pod to pod from there. I hope they start with this match because I think it's the most predictable match in the history of ever. I think Roman Reigns is going to end up winning, and it doesn't even matter how he's going to do it. He's going to win and go on to face Brock Lesnar at Mania. I don't see any swerves going on. He'll probably be the last guy out of the pod. And I do hope this goes on first because I hope they learned the lesson of Royal Rumble. Don't let Roman Reigns win the last match of your show, or the crowd will go home pissed off. In ring, he's solid, but personality-wise, it's just, why should we cheer for a guy who can barely put a coherent sentence together? Up next will be Asuka versus Nia Jax, and hopefully this is a nice, solid attempt at showing that Nia's really grown as an in-ring performer and not, you know, just out there to kill everybody, literally. Like, it's very clear she works pretty snug. Like, and for some women, that's cool. I think with Asuka, it's totally cool. They can work as stiff as they want, and Asuka will be fine with that. Not for every woman. I like Nia. She's got the great size. She's Roman Reigns as far as that goes. Not much of a personality, but you know, it's such a rarity to see a bigger woman who can move like she can. You don't exactly need a big bombastic personality, so it's okay. Obviously, I think Asuka's going to win. They're going to keep her streak going. I'm still unclear as to what she's going to do at Mania. I don't think she's going to be going against Bliss because it's not that believable of a matchup as far as the characters go. Asuka's this world beater, undefeated, and Alexa Bliss always uses her cunning and sneakiness to win, but you know, when Asuka's been billed as someone who can knock you out with a kick, I don't see how you can be very sneaky and cunning when you're knocked out. So I'm gonna guess Asuka's gonna actually go to Mania to face Charlotte. That's my guess, because I don't know what they're planning, but that would be a cool match. It would certainly be one to buy the pay-per-view for. And then Nia goes on to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Because what else are you going to do with it at this point? Up next is a complete wild card. Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. Because we've seen this for a few months now. But this isn't a feud about wrestling at all. So I think this is going to be story heavy. And I really don't know where they're going. I'm going to guess there's a reason the Bludgeon Brothers haven't been on TV for a while. And it's because they're going to have them rejoin Bray Wyatt and reform the Wyatt family. And at the same time, I think Jeff Hardy's due to come back from injury, so you'll have that proper Hardys versus Wyatts that they teased 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago at this point. The Bludgeon Brothers is a silly gimmick. They come down, they're the Mario Brothers. They have mallets. It's ridiculous. Please stop doing that. They're really good. They're really going to ramp up the whole Broken Hardy universe thing. I think they should bring Jeff back in as Broken Nero and bring in Rebby Sky. She's a part of the deal. Have her play piano while they come to the ring. That's my fantasy booking for it. Hopefully something happens with it that sets up for Mania. Because I don't think they're going to start a new feud going into Mania for either of these guys. I think it's going to be those two again, but hopefully bigger story, you know? Final match of the evening, as they did at the Royal Rumble, it will be the first ever women's Elimination Chamber match, and like, it's a great idea to make sure the women get in and do their own thing in certain matches, but this one's kind of like, you know, the whole point of it is the brutality of it, and using the outside, like the steel part, mesh, whatever, all the chain link, and I don't know what they're going to do with that. I really feel like for the most part they're going to stay in the ring and just kind of have a regular old match. I could certainly see Sasha Banks or Mickie James trying a jump off of one of the pods, to the ring, but other than that, I don't see much as far as use of the chamber in this match. It's just, they're all, you know, they don't have the weight to, it's just way more dangerous because their bones are a lot closer to their skin than the guys. It's not sexist, it's just how bodies work. I don't doubt for a second they actually put the belt on Sasha or Bayley for this and take it off of Alexa, because I don't think they have anything planned for Alexa right now for Mania. I think very clearly it's going to be Sasha versus Bayley. And I'm going to actually pick a bit of an upset for this one, just to ensure that Asuka chooses Charlotte. I think Bayley's going to win the match, eliminating Alexa Bliss last. So at some point in the middle of the match, to keep the whole Sasha and Bayley thing going, I think Bayley is going to get a roll-up on Sasha when Sasha's working on Alexa. You know what I mean? Like, kind of sneak up behind her, get the quick 3, furthering the tension between the two. Sasha's not happy about it, and very clearly upset about it as she makes her way out. And then I think, in the end, it will be Bayley beating Alexa to win the Raw Women's Championship, setting up, of course, Sasha versus Bayley at WrestleMania. Assuming Sasha's the one turning heel for this situation, she just plays a better heel. And I just don't think there's enough time to turn Bayley heel, because Bayley can't be a heel with the character she has now. She can still be called Bayley, no doubt, but I mean, they'd almost have to turn her into Rosemary at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking black makeup, black trunk, like, they'd have to do a complete 180 with her. And I just don't think there's enough time to make that something that people would care about. I don't think there's enough time to turn Bayley heel right now. So I think Sasha would be the one to turn, and they'll have one hell of a great match at Mania. So that'd be cool. And I do think they're going to close the show with the Ronda Rousey contract signing. What they're going to do with it, I don't really know, other than maybe Stephanie confronting her and saying, I never wanted you here. Maybe bring out Triple H, maybe a surprise from The Rock, and they set up that mixed tag at Mania. I don't really know, but I think it's clear they're going to ease her in with a pretty story-heavy feud with probably Stephanie, and then Triple H, and then maybe even Kurt Angle, and not The Rock. It's one of the two, you'd think, right? Kurt Angle and Triple H hate each other. So yeah, I think this will be a lot of setup for Mania, this pay-per-view. It always is. The February pay-per-views are always just big Mania setups. And this will be no different. I think they'll get some storylines in place. Hopefully have some good matches in there, or at least some good storytelling. And hopefully it's a good show. So let me know what you think is going to happen in the comments below. Let me know what you think of my picks and how fucking off I am. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and of course make sure you download the WWE Network, because it's cheap and stealing is for dickheads. My name is J.K. Calloway. We'll talk to you next time.